welcome back to my video. My name is Aurélie and I'm a graphic designer and lettering artist from the Gold Coast in Australia. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I use the Symmetry Tool in Procreate for my lettering. The Symmetry Tool can be quite useful for your lettering, and it's very simple to use, and I've had quite a couple of requests on how to use it and how to access it. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I use it for my lettering. So let's get started. First, let's see where we can find the Symmetry Tool. So in order to access the Symmetry Tool, you are going to need to go into your Action button, and then you need to activate the drawing guide first. So you just click on that. Next, you need to tap Edit Drawing Guide. So here it's going to show you the 4 different types of guides you can use as a reference. So let's just go ahead and tap on Symmetry. So when you first open Symmetry, the vertical symmetry guide is shown by default. So this is the one you will see when you kind of tap on Symmetry. So you can adjust the look and the behavior of that guide. So let's say we can change the opacity, make it a lot brighter, or kind of make it disappear so it's not so much in the way. You can change the thickness, very simple. And here at the top, you can change the color. So depending on the artwork you're using, you might need to use something very different. So you could need maybe red or something darker like a black if you have like a white background, for example. So let's just go ahead and make it that bright magenta. So the next thing you can do with this vertical symmetry guide is change the way it's positioned on your canvas. So if you tap on that blue button here, you can just like click on it and kind of move the symmetry wherever you want, which is really cool. And then you have that green button down the bottom here, and you can use it to rotate your symmetry. So you can decide to place that symmetry wherever you want. If you need to change it back to the original, you just tap on it and click reset. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the different type of symmetry you can use. So at the moment, what we're using is the vertical symmetry. But if you click on option here, you can see you've got horizontal, quadrant, and radial. So horizontal is simply gonna like switch it to horizontal, so it's very simple. Quadrant has 4 different areas where your design will be replicated, and radial, which has 8 areas where it's going to replicate your design, which is really cool. But let's just go ahead and have a look at what they do. So if we click on the vertical symmetry here, just click done, and we are going to create a new layer. And at the moment, as you can see, it's that original layer that I created that is assisted. So the symmetry is only going to be applied to the layer that has the word assisted next to it. So at the moment, I've created a new layer and I want to be able to use the Symmetry Tool on it. So I need to make sure this layer is assisted as well, and for that you just tap on the layer and click Drawing Assist. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a white brush just to show you guys what this Symmetry Tool is actually doing. So as you can see, it's pretty much just mirroring your artwork, which is fairly simple. So let's just go ahead and have a look at the other 3 options. So horizontal, again, it will just mirror horizontally what you are creating. Let's try the quadrant. Really cool, like drawing all sort of stuff. And the last one, radial. As a recap guide, make sure you always tick the Drawing Assist on your layer if you want to be able to use the Symmetry Tool on that specific layer, otherwise it won't work. So let's have a look at one last setting that you can change on your symmetry. At the moment, as you can see, your artwork is being mirrored and flipped across the guide. But if you decide to change this option here and kind of activate the rotational symmetry, so let's just go ahead and see what it does. Click done, and you can see the difference here. So the artwork is actually flipped both horizontally and vertically at the same time. So it just does like a different effect. So let's go ahead and have a look at what it would look like on the vertical symmetry with that rotational symmetry applied to it. So let's just go ahead and click done. So you can see it's not just simply mirroring your artwork, it's mirroring it and then flipping it downwards. So which is really cool for anything like flourishes. You could do something really cool like this, and I think that works really well for like all type of kind of organic flourishes that you want to add to your design. So that's it for all the different type of symmetry guides that you can use. So now I'm going to show you exactly how I would use those symmetry options for my lettering. So the first way I like to use the Symmetry tool is to draw my guides. So obviously it will depend on the type of design you're going for, but if you're going for a lettering piece that is symmetrical, it's perfect to draw guides. So I have previously designed a rough sketch, so I know exactly where I want to place my words, and if I was to draw guides, it would look something similar to this. So all I would have to do is draw the lines, and they will automatically reflect on the other side, which is really cool. These are like guides where I know I'm going to place my lettering. So obviously I have like experimented with a couple of sketches before, so I know exactly where I want to place the words and kind of like roughly how big they're going to be. And my guides would look something similar to this. So all I would have to do is kind of draw the words in it. So now all I have to do is draw my letters. And for any letter that is symmetrical, for example, like a V or letter O or even an M or an X, you can use those guides to actually draw a perfectly symmetrical letter. So let's just go ahead and draw a letter O, for example. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to make sure it has the drawing assist to it. And let's just go ahead and draw a letter O. So this is how I would kind of do it. And trust me, you will save a lot of time and trouble by doing it this way. All right, just like that. All right, so this is how my artwork turned out following those guides and using the Symmetry tool to draw letters like the letter O over here or any other letter that is symmetrical. So the next way to use the Symmetry tool for your lettering is for anything like flourishes or like little decorative elements that you want to kind of mirror on both sides. So for this piece of artwork, I have a lot of room on the edges, so I want to add some like symmetrical flowers, and all I have to do is kind of draw it on one side. So I'm going to create a new layer, make sure it has the drawing assist, and then I can go ahead and start drawing. Great, so I've now drawn some of my symmetrical flourishes, and I can actually use the radial Symmetry tool to draw some of the flourishes themselves. So let's have a look at I'm just gonna hide everything, create a new layer, make sure it has drawing assist to it, and I'm gonna change the symmetry to quadrant. You can use that Symmetry tool to kind of draw things like that. So nice symmetrical flowers, and then all I have to do is duplicate that layer and kind of rotate just like that, and I've got a flower. So there's one last actual flourishes that I love doing with the Symmetry tool, and I use it absolutely all the time. So it's to draw little stars. So let's just hide everything once again and create a new layer. Make sure it has the drawing assist. And pretty much I would use this specific symmetry tool to draw things like stars or little flourishes, like additional elements that I like to add to my design. And trust me, it really saves you time, and it's super simple and it looks perfectly symmetrical. And from here you can kind of like easily adjust the look of it, so like you can make it more rounded or more pointy, just whatever you prefer. You can make it like a little bit thicker, and it just like automatically does all of the angle. And you can do any type of kind of star you like. I like those ones as well. They're super cute. Just like that. So then all you have to do is just duplicate that to save it. And I'm just gonna turn back my layers, and then you can just take that star and place it wherever you want. I'm just gonna circle it, copy and paste, and I can do that as many times as I want. And this is my favorite part. Just want to fill in the gaps. And that's it. So to color the artwork, I would also use the Symmetry tool. Cool, and this is what the final outcome would look like. So pretty much every color has been reflected on the other side as well, and except for this part, I've decided to use it without the Symmetry tool. So that's it. As you can see, there's so many ways you can use the Symmetry tool to make your lettering easier, and I hope you learned something today and that you can use and implement those techniques for your artwork. And feel free to share with me what you've created using the Symmetry tool, and I would love to see what it looks like. And also, if I've forgotten anything that you think I would like to know, feel free to share it with me. I would love to know your own tips and tricks to create some lettering. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. And if there's anything else you'd like to learn from me, again, don't hesitate to send me a message or leave a comment on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as well as I will be uploading a lot more content very soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!